2 minutes until it starts. There are 10,000 people watching this right now before it's even started. One minute until it starts. NASCAR has turned on slow mode because the chat was going too fast. Any moment now. Yeah, look at this. Weather hold. Are you serious? That's crazy. NASCAR's got to throw in their little jokes, don't they? Rain delay and the season hasn't even started yet.
Championship. Jimmy Johnson will win the title. Nothing like back-to-back championship. A three-time consecutive champion. 4 in a row. You guys are awesome. Thank you, boys.
That gap from first to second has never been this close. It really is about head-to-head today between Hamlin and Johnson. Oh, trouble, and it involves Hamlin for the 5th year in a row. The champion, Jimmy Johnson.
About to lose these things before he can win them, and this is an experience to try to win next year.
I think it's the best driving I've ever seen. This is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
And we got it.
We got it. We are got the tiebreaker, baby. Top two of the championship, playing it off each other. Nobody giving more. And a NASCAR Cup championship for Brad Keselowski.
Is this a case?
Champion for the 6th time.
This is the case.
Johnson.
He drove his heart out this year. Cut in front of me, and I didn't know. It's just hard to believe the whole thing's over. This season was fantastic.
Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. everybody, welcome. I'm Adam Alexander. I watched that video. I think about the fact that the Daytona 500 is just over a month away. And when you think about today's announcement and all the energy and excitement that's going to bring, this is no doubt a historic day for NASCAR. Before I introduce our panel in today's announcement, I want to say a special welcome to all those watching on YouTube, the NASCAR channel, and listening on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Let's get to the announcement, and Steve O'Donnell, take it away and tell us all about the championship format in 2026.
Well, thank you, Adam, and appreciate everybody being here as well. I do want to take a minute. This is the first time we've been in front of the media and been able to talk to some folks, and want to let everyone know we're still thinking about Greg Biffle and his family and all those involved in that tragic plane crash, and also Denny Hamlin, the loss of his dad. We're all praying for his mom with a speedy recovery. Denny was a big part of today's announcement, put a lot of work into it. He's been a big part of the formats, and we're thinking about him and really appreciate him as well. So you got a great group here, some of which who were involved in coming up with this format. And just kind of a quick history of how we got to where we were. Tim Clark headed up a group that included a number of folks from the industry. That was drivers, owners, OEMs, television partners, and a lot of sponsors to talk about what we could do going forward with our championship format. And there were a couple things that were vitally important, I think, to everyone in the group. One was that winning still had to matter. We had to make sure that that was a big component of what we were doing. We certainly wanted consistency to matter. Not lost on us that throughout what we've seen with the current format, there were times when a driver could win and maybe take a couple races because he had that win in the bank. That's not something we wanted. We wanted every race to matter, so both of those needed to be front and center. And then we also wanted our fans to know that we're listening, in our industry to know that we're listening. So with that, where we've landed is candidly that the chase is back. We are going back to a format
The
where
chase is
on
back.
the cup side, the first 26 races will be based on points system, and the final 10 races will make up the chase. So if you go into the chase format, first and foremost, you want to look at how the points will be set. So the points leader will go into the chase at 2,100 points. It was important for us to have a bonus for that leader, so they'll have a 25-point lead over second place and a 35-point lead over third place, and then the positions beyond that will go down by 5 points. What also was really important for the group that got together was winning. I talked about that, and we're going to take winning from 40 points up to 55 points. Believe that'll be a great incentive for the drivers each and every race to have to go out there and perform, but also go for wins. And while I have a minute to, I want to take a moment to thank Mark for coming from his vacation. I know it's a long trip from out west. Mark Martin was the first guy in the room to stand up and say, I want to go back to full season points. There were a lot of folks who wanted to throw Mark out of the room initially. But what Mark did was got us to a position where what's the right balance? And the balance between those who like to play off and those who like that full season points. And we believe we've struck that balance. We've got the best of both worlds where every race matters. We've talked to a lot of folks in the industry. We've run a lot of different models and believe this is the best place to land, really to get back to who we are. That's the core of NASCAR and want to launch this, and we're really excited about the 2026 season.
Steve O'Donnell giving us the details of what's going to happen with our championship format in 2026. He referenced the Hall of Famer Mark Martin. We're glad that Mark is here and a part of our panel. The rest of our panel, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Hall of Famer, owner Junior Motorsports. On the back row, active drivers. Chase Briscoe is here from Gibbs Racing, driving that 19 Toyota. Ryan Blaney is here from Team Penske, driver of the number 12. And Chase Elliott, driver of the number 9 from Hendrick Motorsports. It seems appropriate to have two guys on the panel named Chase, I believe. I want to go around and get the reaction of all of you on today's announcement and the format that will unfold in 2026. Dale, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot to say, but I was really excited to hear the news that we were kind of getting a little bit closer to a full 36 race format. This is as close, in my opinion, that you can get without going all the way. But what I believe it does is it makes it simpler for our fans to follow. I'm a fan of the sport, and now I'm compelled to plug in every single week, because I know there's a long form objective for my driver to accomplish to be able to give himself the opportunity to win the championship. And so even though my driver may have success early on in the season, it does not assure him success in the postseason. So with the way that they're going to stack the bonus points and everything else, it's critical that these drivers have success every single week, and every single race, every single lap will have more importance. I think that's fun for the drivers to have a more clear objective to how to get to the championship, and easier for our fans to follow.